Hello, just briefly. Right, so I'm just on my way back from the sauna, and in keeping with with what's on my mind at the moment about the idea that sickness and death are par for the course. But not so much death, because if that's the final outcome, then that's the final outcome. I mean, in terms of how we get to that point. So I was just crossing the road on the way out of the supermarket, and I saw a woman. In fact, she looked a bit like my mother, walking with two elderly women, one on either side. She's black, and she was with an elderly black woman, elderly white woman, and she's assisting them. Both of them have walking aids, and she was stopping and being very compassionate and asking them if they need to rest. And I kind of think to myself, all right, let me just dress back slightly. So I was in the swimming pool, and there was a Chinese lady trying to encourage me to go into the deep end to swim. So I briefly said to her that I live risk-free, and I don't need to learn to swim, because I'm never going to be in a situation where I need to swim. And yeah, I might be on a boat and it sinks. I might, people who are strong swimmers drown. So I look at it this way: if it's your time to go, it's your time to go. But I'm not going to, for example, you won't find me on top of a mountain or anything looking for adventure in that way. Right, so I do not take risks with my life, and similarly I don't take risks with my health. So I kind of think, because in this world we see people around us getting older, we see people get sick. I guess we just accept that this is what lays ahead for us. But I like to challenge God. People would argue with me and say that's disrespectful, that's blasphemous, etc. But so my latest challenge to him would be, all right, I'm gonna get to a certain age, and I'm not gonna have anybody to look after me. And I can say this based on the fact that I'm here with my sister for the last 2 years, and it's just the two of us. So working on that principle, when I get to a certain age, it's just going to be me. But how fortunate that I've sort of lived in such a way to make sure that I'm not reliant on anybody, in the sense that I'm healthy, I'm strong, and it's not luck. It's a choice. I think there are certain circumstances where God needs to recognize the situation and give you a pass. I hope you understand what I'm saying. He needs to give you a pass from the perspective that if it's just you, all right, fair enough, you can get put into a care home if you don't mind, but I mind. So it would be interesting now. Would be based on what I just saw. I don't believe that these two women who are being cared for foresaw. I don't believe they looked this far ahead to the point of having a stranger looking after them. I mean, you can call me a coward if you like, the way I go about living my life, but I think you gotta pace yourself. I'm not saying you sort of you don't live. 1 second. I'm not saying that you shouldn't live and enjoy your life, but I mean, if like me you believe in God, I think it's wise to sort of make sure you're in a position where you can hold him to account on certain things. So, as I've said, if I don't have anybody to look after me, that's not my fault. And some people would argue and say, yes, but you should have married and you should have had children. Who says my children would look after me? I mean, there is no guarantee of anything. Or who says my children would outlive me? No guarantees. So I think, well, this is the thing that's on my mind of late anyway, about, I guess, I don't know if it's because I'm looking after my sister, but I just think about long-term consequences. And if you like, I prefer... thank you. Whoops, didn't see he'd open the door. Wow, there's a lot of traffic. Yeah, I think about long-term consequences, and sometimes it's not until you're in that situation that people perhaps will have an appreciation for why you do things the way you do them. So, don't know what else to say, but I think it's kind of sad when, you know, these people used to be young, fit, healthy, had a life, and then they get to that point and they're no longer able to look after themselves. Are you listening, God? That can never be me. All right, take care. Bye.